laced up.
Let's go!
It's time for Banter with the boys.
Welcome back to our final AFC preview here on Gridiron Updates with Banter with the boys, of course. Rob next to me.
Yes,
co-host.
I am. Ready for
Still
another
here.
year.
Ready to go.
Football
ready to
season,
go.
baby.
Football season's here. Kev behind the camera, getting everything done for us as always. We won't waste any time here and just hop right into this as well as we wrap up our AFC. Let's see here. Let's start with the Raiders. Let's just get them out of the way. Sorry, Raiders fans. I kind of feel that way about you. This is another tough division, low-key, other than the Raiders that went out and acquired
Gentry?
Pete Carroll.
The coach. The coach.
Pete Carroll. They did acquire Gentry. Everybody's freaking out. He didn't have a good preseason. I don't think that matters.
Well, the first game he won for them,
But what I am worried about with Gentry is they ran him a lot at Boise State. So I'm just worried about workload. You have Raheem Mostert sitting there on the bench. Make sure you use him. That's my only request.
that's why you got him. He didn't do that well last year in Miami, but
No, but that's my only request. Raiders went 4-13 last year.
bottom of the barrel.
I have the Tom Brady owned Raiders going 6-11.
6-11. Why 6-11?
6-11. I think a little bit change of culture. Time to turn things around there a little bit. It's going to be a little bit better this season. You got at least a competent quarterback in Geno Smith.
Agreed.
You know,
So 6 and
you got one of the best, probably the best young tight end in the league.
oh, for sure.
Offensive weapon tight end in the league, you know, and Brock Bowers.
I mean, he's already top 5 tight ends in the NFL.
Probably top 8 at least. He could be approaching top 5. He might be like
I don't want to sit there and go through my
Might be
whole
like
brain
6.
of how many
Might be
there
like
is. Andrews came to my mind right away.
He had a rough season last year. But anyway.
Oh, you're watching the wrong games, buddy.
No. But yeah, Raiders I'm not too excited about. They're going to finish last in the division for me. Obviously, Max Crosby is a treat to watch. They got a couple pieces there on defense. Jeremy Chin still kind of getting it done from the safety position. Obviously, picking up Eric Stokes from the Green Bay Packers, who lost both their corners. Can't wait to talk about Green Bay next week.
Yeah, I love it. He's open.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say. I'm not really excited for the Raiders, for them.
You're not? How?
I think it's an easier win this year. No win is easy in the NFL. We know this. But I think, again, the likes of the Titans, the Cardinals could beat the Raiders, So, I don't know.
Yeah, I got him at improving a little bit. I got him at 10-7. I think Pete Carroll, 73-year-old, 18 years.
Oh my!
Coming back in.
Oh my God!
Gentry. I mean, I think he's going to be a really nice piece for him. That does scare me a little bit of workload of college. On the NFL side.
I think they ran him over 300 times last season alone.
But Geno's nice. They still, they got, like you said, Bauer. They got Myers, Trey Tucker, and then they did pick up the TCU receiver in the second round, Jack Beck. Is that
Beck? I think you're right. Beck.
That's how you say it right there. O-line kind of the same as last year, so that's why I don't think they're going to get over the top at above 500. Defensively, they struggled to over 25 a game.
I'm telling you, I'm not super excited.
And then Christian Wilkinson that they paid big money. They kicked him out of for locker room.
That's a whole weird situation.
That's a whole different.
He hasn't been picked up by anybody else since, right?
Yeah. So obviously the league's all
something's not cool.
So on that aspect, they did lose Robert Spillane, their top tackler last year. So they did pick up Pratt from Cincy. Jack Jones, he needs to step it up. All over the board.
They got a good kicker.
They got our old draft pick from the Vikings, Daniel Carlson, becoming the top 5 kicker in the league. So I'd say, 7-10. I think culture is going to change a little bit. They do coming off a last place schedule, so that's why I have a little bit of a bump. And the
You have them at 7-10.
7-10.
Okay.
So
For some reason, I thought
and I think just Pete Carroll with the consistency of Geno Smith that brings to that, not as many turnovers as they had last year on offense. So that's where I think and they needed to rush the ball. They were the worst rushing team in the league last year. Gave up 50 sacks.
They did the right thing. They picked up the right guy in the draft.
They did. So that O-line just needs to step up, So I think they have a chance to. I don't think they'll get over 500, but I just
no way.
Their schedule though it helps them out a little bit. So
6-11.
6-11. Well, we almost got them the same.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to. Let's do the Chargers next because the Chargers for me. Who went 11-6 last year.
11-6. Jacob said, "Don't sleep on Pete and Geno."
Stop, Jake. Stop. Don't sleep on Pete and Geno. Get out of here.
We got Facebook Live rolling over here too while we're recording this, so we got a couple. comments
Jake's
coming
one of our guests that'll be on this season to talk about his Ravens. Who we think could go to the Super Bowl. He doesn't think so. Can't wait to hear that.
He's out. He's
Can't
already
wait to
out
hear
on
that. Anyway, we're talking about the Chargers, and we're wasting this time talking about the Ravens. What are we doing? Chargers went 11-6 last year. I have them at 10-7. I have 3 straight losses for the Chargers late in the season. That makes the difference for me. That the Chargers could miss the playoffs even too this year. Those 3 late L's come to the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys, actually.
That's a tough way to finish.
For sure. So I'm a little worried about that. As far as the team as a whole, I actually think Najee Harris might be a good addition for the Chargers. What did he say? Did he say something else?
You just said liars.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Jake's just losing it over here. You need somebody other than Ladd McConkey. Sorry, QJ's not getting it done anymore.
You don't think so?
He can't catch the ball. Keenan Allen's back. Cool. That's cool as a Chargers fan. That's fun to see, but it's not enough. You need to get another weapon in there. Jalen Reagor's on the roster right now. What are we doing? O-line wise, Joe Alt came out last year, played outstanding.
Yep.
Sucks to lose Rashawn Slater immediately after
that really hurts.
After that contract extension. Mekhi Becton's not bad. The O-line as a whole really isn't bad in LA.
Agreed.
Defensively, I'm sorry, I'm just stealing the whole thing.
No,
here
you
for
go.
LA. But defensively, again, it's another aging defense. They lost Joey Bosa, but again,
Is it a loss?
Wasn't really on the field ever, so I would agree with you there. It was fun to watch Joey for a couple of years and then watch him in street clothes every Sunday.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack, I don't know. It's underwhelming to me. I'm a big Derwin James guy. I have been for a long time, but again, everybody's just continuing to get older. I feel like they're not necessarily getting better right now. So that's why I have the Chargers having one less win than last year, but it could be worse. I think they could even go 9-8. 8-9 this season, 100%.
I love it. This is probably the most honest take that
I hate it.
Smelsley's ever because he's a Chargers fan and it's
more of a Vikes fan, but
I get
big
it.
Chargers
but
fan.
You always kind of want to give a win or two to one of your other teams you like,
but they will beat the Vikings.
They are
They
the
have
Vikings.
the Vikings number. Yep.
I mean, I got them coming at 10-7. I think Justin Herbert was matched up with I can't think of his last name right now.
McConkey?
The coach.
Harbaugh.
I think that's where maybe Oakland can get next year, but I think this is the second year they came out. 11-6 was a big surprise. I just think of the consistency they run the ball. Harris is an upgrade. He ran for over 1,000 yards last year, which is kind of a weird number. Last 3 years he's ran over 1,000.
He's a good running back for Harbaugh's system.
Exactly for that.
So I'm really curious to see how he does.
And then
Marion Hampton is going to run too.
They did pick up that Trey Harris from Old Miss in the second round to help on that receiver thought process that you were worried about. I just think they have enough. Yeah, Landon is not going to, but he's still, little over 1,100 yards last year, 7 touchdowns. So he was kind of getting the job done. The left tackle is a big hurt. I almost want to switch that to like 9 and 8 now, just with that.
Dude, it sucks
because he's
Yeah,
kind of a
it
difference
sucks.
maker.
That was a huge deal. Huge deal.
And then the Hampton running back in the first round from North Carolina, right into
Don't
that
hate
system,
that.
just
Yep,
right
don't
back
hate
into that with him and Harris. And then defensively, they were number 1 in the league yards per game. So they just need to, against stopping it, I guess. They just need to do a little bit better job against the run. Overall, I think they're just kind of flying all over the field with Harbaugh's system, So that's why I still got them at 10-7.
Fair enough. No, I think they're another team that's going to be kind of in every game. It's just going to come down to who's going to close that thing out at the end.
And this year, you don't think they're going to do it?
Something's telling me the Chargers are going to have a tough season. They could still sneak in a wild card. They won't win the division. There's another team that took massive strides last year within the division that is also not going to win the division, but
yeah, they didn't really pick anybody up either, though, on
Chargers?
the defense side, But their pass D was so good. They were so good on defense. So I think that's where I keep them at 10-7, just defensively. And then they just don't turn. I think they're the lowest in turnovers last year, too, on offense. So taking care of the ball, playing defense.
that's Jim Harbaugh's
Going
system.
10-6.
Take care of the ball. Yep.
All day long. Sign me up for playoffs.
Sign me up for playoffs.
That's where I think they're going.
All right. Let's see. The next team that we're going to talk about here went 10-7 in the division last year. That is the Denver Broncos. This is an interesting team. This is a defense that I actually do like. That does seem to be trending upwards. The Broncos, I think, could actually compete with the Chiefs this year. I don't think they're going to win the division, but I only have them 1 game behind the Chiefs.
That's interesting. I mean, I don't totally. I'm at 10-7 with them. So
10-7. I got them at 11-6.
I think they're tied right there with the Chargers. Initially, about a month ago, I was a little higher on them. And I started looking at their schedule last year and actually going, who did they actually play to get to 10-7 last year? They did really well on the teams that they should have beat, which they beat. But then they went like 1-8 against the actually playoff caliber teams. So did they really make the big jump to compete with the Chiefs? Or did their schedule just help them out a ton?
I think weeks 3 through 5 this season will tell us that. They play at the Chargers, and then at home against Cincinnati on Monday night, and then in Philly.
Yep.
If they can go 2-1 out of those 3 games, that's enough for me. And I think the Broncos will be competitive the rest of the season, probably get a playoff spot. Again, healthy. We don't even need to keep saying healthy. We all know, but.
And it's also, what do we get at second year Bo Nix? He had 29 tutties, 12 interceptions, kept, ran for all over 400 yards. Sutton is back. O-line solid, lowest in pressures.
I think their game week 11 against Kansas City right before they go to bye
is the changer.
I think that could be a win for the Broncos.
And then when you said Cincinnati, that game right there, I feel like that could be like whether they make the playoffs. Like if you were a fan, you look back in the season like, oh, if we would have beat, Denver. If you're a Cincy fan, we would have been. We'll be in the playoffs.
For sure. In that game, it's going to be, can Denver's defense keep up with Cincinnati's offense? If they can, absolutely. I think Denver's offense can do enough damage to Cincy's defense. That's Trey Hendrickson-less, potentially. Can do enough damage to win that game.
Yeah. It's whether their defense, I can keep them, in games, and then offenses.
I'm banking that they can this year.
They're like the same thing as the Chiefs, or not the Chiefs, but the Chargers.
I know.
Same style.
I agree.
Run the ball, take care of the ball, play solid defense. Their secondary's loaded, and then they drafted Barron from Texas in the first round too. So put him with Patrick Surtain Jr. You're just like, they're stacked on it. So. I mean, they were like the best in the top, like red zone defense. Yeah.
So
high blitz rate too. So they just get after you. So that's a tough to play against. So, and then Nick Bonito, they're 13 sacks. they got a bunch of guys to get the job done. They did pick up Greenlaw from the 49ers. Cody Barton, they did lose.
Did Cortland Sutton just get paid too?
He did just get paid. I believe he did too. So he had over 1,000. So I think a second receiver. They did get Evan Ingram from the Jacksonville. Had a horrible year last year, but most people are saying that's an upgrade in the tight end area for them.
They need another running back. What happened to Javonte Williams? Where did he go?
He went to. I just saw him. He went somewhere else.
I don't like that he's missing. I thought they still had him.
No.
So I liked the thought of J.K. Dobbins with Williams, but seeing
Williams
that he's
is
gone,
like 3.3 average since he's been in the league.
Who's R.J. Harvey? I don't even know who that guy is.
He's a rookie from UCF. Is that where he's from?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
so
all right.
they're big on him.
I'm curious what he's going to do because J.K. Dobbins, he's not going to play a whole season. That's the problem with J.K.
Yeah.
He's got explosiveness. He's got burst, but he can't stay on the field.
But as a Denver fan, they've been drafting running backs for like the last 5 years.
I'll never forget them drafting Moneyball and then
just consistently, like their best running back in the last 10 years is probably the guy from the Chargers with the Charles. Jamal Charles, or am I saying his name? No
way. Jamal Charles.
No, not Jamal Charles. He's the Chiefs. I'm trying to think. Kind of looks like Charles, with long hair. Oh, who was it? Fast, speedy guy. Why can't?
But he used to play for the Chiefs?
No, not a Chiefs at all. Just played for Denver. But it was towards the back end of his career. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I'm blanking too. All right.
Where's my buddy Nathan? He's a Broncos fan.
We'll throw it in a minute.
Jacob, look it up.
But
Jacob said Najee can't see. He's playing with fireworks, so.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of forgot about that
firework incident going on.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, Jake. Gosh,
he only needs one eye to see the touchdown.
Jake, stop watching, okay?
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, who we got? What do we got? Did we do everybody? Oh, the Chiefs. Ugh.
Ooh, saving it for the Chiefs.
Well, here we go. Let's do it. Hopefully Graham's listening.
Where'd you have you had them at 10-6, the Broncos?
Who, the Broncos? 11-6.
11-6.
11-6. The Chiefs, yes. Who went 15-2 last year, which is crazy to me. They didn't feel like they were that dominant.
Which they weren't.
But again, they just find ways to get things done. I do not understand. Is that saying? Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, wait a minute. I thought Sky Moore got traded. I confused him with somebody else.
He's back, though.
Yep. Wait a minute. What do you mean he's back?
No, not Sky Moore.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking Rashid Rice.
Rashid Rice, yeah. And I like Rice. I think he's a playmaker. He's another speedy guy who can stretch the field 100%. Worthy's interesting. He's more of that gadget player, yeah, for sure. That Debo, just not the same frame. It's a slightly different gadget player, but
kind of like Jamo Williams style.
Jamo Williams. Oh, Jameson. Yeah. But Kansas City, I don't have them going to the Super Bowl this year. I don't have them winning the AFC this year, but I still have them going 12-5 and winning the division 100%. I think it's still the division runs through Arrowhead.
I mean, I
don't even know if that'll
Broncos.
change next year even, but
I wanted the Broncos for a reason or somebody to replace them this year, but I just could not find enough wins in the Broncos to get the job done. Patrick Mahomes, probably one of his worst statistic numbers, but they had injuries all over the place on offense, and they still made the Super Bowl. I mean, that's just so interesting. Maybe a little help from the refs, too.
No. Let's not get that started.
Yeah.
First episode of the season.
Yeah,
we're
talking about the
refs and
script writers already.
Oh, God.
Trying to get those clicks.
Gotta get the short.
People angry at the world,
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah.
Not a lot's changed defensively for them.
Not really. They're actually kind of a young group, too. They're fourth in the league in points given up, over 19. They only average 22, so they just won by a field goal every game. So... yeah,
I see it kind of going that way again for them this year, especially those division games against the Chargers and Broncos. Those are all going to be close games for them this season. Let's see. The Chiefs, actually, I think this is the interesting one for me. Yes, I have them dropping the first two games of the season They'll still go 12-5, but I have them starting the season 0-2. They're going to lose to the LA Chargers in Brazil or whatever because of the field conditions.
Yeah, that's what I knew you were going to say, field conditions.
100%. Yep. So they're going to lose to the Chargers. Then they're going to lose to Philadelphia at Arrowhead. It's going to be a little surprise, like, oh, God, okay. And then they're going to get their stuff together. They're going to beat the Giants. Them playing Baltimore week 4 is an interesting matchup. But it's at Arrowhead, so I do have the Chiefs being able to pull that one off.
Okay.
Yep.
Just like the beginning of the year last year, the toes of Likely. You remember that play?
That's right, yes.
What an opening.
Jake, do you remember that play?
Do you remember? Was he in or out?
Oh,
Josh Moreno. No, that was not him. It wasn't Josh Moreno either. He was named, trying to think of the running back for the Denver
Sean Marino? It was no Sean Marino. Yeah.
No, it wasn't him.
Anyway, we're just going to sit here and look at each other.
We'll start
blankly.
a whole new episode and come back with it and figure that out. So,
but no, rough start to the season for the Chiefs, but I think they can clean it up. They end the season Houston, Chargers, Tennessee, Denver, Las Vegas. So there's a couple games in there that are tougher. Even before the Houston game, they're at Dallas. I'll touch on Dallas next week, but that's going to be a tough team this year, 100%. They're bouncing back in a big way for me.
Ooh, a little preview there for the NFC right there.
Yeah,
he's big on Dallas 100%. This year.
But I was last year too, but Dak was out. So anyway, don't get me started on the NFC. That'll be next week.
I got you.
That'll be next week. But
so, do you think the Chiefs got better, worse, stayed the same?
I think they stayed the same,
about the same,
which is fine.
If I'm a Chiefs fan,
yeah, right, exactly,
team,
exactly. Oh, we didn't blow up the team. Awesome.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's back to injuries. Like Pacheco is that running back. That's where I think the game they couldn't run the ball at all because no one was on the field. But their defense is.
You're not thinking of Kareem Hunt, right?
No,
because he's still there. Okay.
No, he was he was like just a speedster though. He was probably there 3 years.
We're going to find this out after we're done hitting record because I got to know now.
I know. So, but defensively, McDuffie, I mean, the secondary's nice. You still got the stud Hall of Fame Chris Jones in the middle, So
Nick Bolton running the defense, so
yeah,
I would agree. I think this team's primed for another deep playoff run, but I don't have them in the AFC Championship. Now, of course, depending how seeding lies, right? For me, it's going to be the Bills versus the Ravens, but will we ever be blessed with that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they're going to be right there. They're going to be third, right with
second, third in the conference, but they're behind the Ravens for me.
If Mahomes is if he goes down is the only reason. I don't think there's unless they can't. They have too many.
If Mahomes were to go down, I'm mailing in the season for the Chiefs.
I get to it. And then what do they get? Archie Manning?
Defense,
no, wait,
no, they don't need him.
They don't need him.
Yeah, Mahomes he'll bounce back.
Well, like you trade the pick.
Back. He's fine. Or trade Mahomes. We have a tinfoil hat for the F1 podcast. We might have to start putting that on.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Chiefs fans?
Nah, that's never happening.
No.
He's got a lifetime
He's got
Chiefs
5
contract.
more years, I think, left in his contract. Yeah. So,
well, if he goes down, they got Gardner Minshew. They're fine.
Oh, yeah.
They're fine.
That's who I was thinking as running back.
Oh, well, that is pretty much going to wrap our AFC West. Well, that's the last AFC division that we're previewing. You asked me a couple episodes ago already now who is winning the AFC Championship for me. I put the Ravens. I think you did as well. Is that who's going to the Super Bowl for you?
Yes, I think the Ravens are the team to beat in the NFL this year.
In the NFL? So you think Ravens are the Super Bowl champions?
Oh, well, save that maybe for the next episode.
Save for next week.
But
we got to figure out who's going for the NFC.
I still think they're the team to beat. I think they got better, in so many different ways that I think they're going to compete.
Okay.
So, but if you got to pick a team out of the blue, who was it?
For the NFC?
AFC.
Oh.
So do you think the Browns could sneak into the playoffs? Because you have them in 9-8.
So we're talking like bubble teams really quick?
Yeah.
If I had a bubble team that would sneak into the playoffs, I mean, it would have to be somebody from the AFC North for me.
Okay.
Whether it's Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, one of those 3 teams probably makes the playoffs this year. We know Baltimore's.
And then get weird and make a Super Bowl run.
No.
None of those are capable?
No.
Okay.
Now, a team that I could see, I don't know, maybe do the Jaguars somehow sneak into a outside wild card playoff. So not make a run, But if we're talking about a bubble team, and I don't consider them a bubble team, they're just outside the bubble for me. But if we're talking about a team that could just kind of be a surprise a little bit and sneak in, maybe they get a little
like last year's Rams.
New culture.
Like they weren't supposed to make the playoffs, but they ended up being a really solid team.
And they were always a tough. Felt like we were talking about them every week.
We were talking how solid they were. I mean, Jared Verse is the real deal. But yeah, that's next week. We'll get into the NFC a little bit and go from there.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of Vikings talk.
Yes, there will be.
But with that, Kev obviously behind the camera getting everything done for us. Rob joining us here tonight as he always does.
All season long, baby.
Updates. Thanks for being here, of course. I've been Smelty on Banter with the Boys. Gridiron updates. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you listen to the Banter, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or iHeart Radio. And
fall asleep to us. That's what you're doing. Put the ear pod in there. And
put the AirPod in and listen to my sweet voice as you drift to sleep. Goodbye.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Tune in next time for more Banter with the Boys.